So, for those who refuse to get vaccinated, looks like you're going to have to decide whether you're going to be working or you're going to have to test each week. But now, since the Delta has spread and is starting to get worse, I've been seeing that they're not even requiring that option anymore, or giving room for that option. They're rewriting a lot of the policies at these jobs. And yes, here come the vaccine mandates. So this is by David Noel. And I knew this was coming. Did you know this was coming? I knew it was coming. I knew it was already in the works before it even started, because I knew that when people were going around saying that they were anti-vaxxers or that they were against the vaccine, and then you had all these people with these conspiracy theories, and you had people saying that they weren't going to get vaccinated, and they had all their religious philosophies, which they don't probably really practice. There's some that don't really practice those. Those were excuses. And then there was a whole laundry list of other excuses as to why people didn't get vaccinated. So as the hyper contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus continues to spread across the country, more and more businesses and government agencies are pushing policy changes to mandate vaccinations against the virus. So it is getting more aggressive now with the businesses. If you want to work somewhere, there are jobs, they are not going to test you every week. They are going to require that you show proof that you get the shots. And so, believe me, I'm telling you, I've seen it already come down the pike, even in my workplace. So, the latest flurry of changes arrived over the past week in a stretch across many aspects of American life, including everything from basic employment obligations to recreational activities as well. Even if you want to go into a restaurant, guys, they might ask you to show proof that you are COVID or Delta variant free. So it is like that, yes. So it is going to be going on also in the gyms, in the restaurants, and when you want to take a cruise. If you travel, you go from one place to the next, you might have to quarantine if they suspect anything isn't normal. So on Monday, U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams ruled that the Norwegian cruise lines can defy a law signed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and require that passengers leaving from the state show written proof of coronavirus vaccination before they board a ship starting August 15th. We're pleased that Judge Williams saw the facts, the law, and the science as we did, and granted the company's motion for a preliminary injunction allowing us to operate cruises from Florida within 100% vaccinated guests and crew. So Danielle Farkas, Norwegian's executive vice president, said in a statement Florida plans to appeal this decision. So meanwhile, New York City announced last week that it will be the first U.S. city to require proof of vaccination for a range of activities, including indoor dining, music concerts, and gyms as well. So, and in a memo released Monday, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said that he would ask President Biden to approve a plan to require COVID vaccinations for all members of the U.S. military by mid-September. Now, this I heard this morning because they said it is a warning. 1.3 million military service members must be vaccinated before September. And they said, don't wait for the mandate. Do it now. So Biden indicated his support for this plan. So I have every confidence that the service leadership and the commanders will implement the new vaccination program with professionalism, skill, and compassion. So this is what Austin said in the memo. And so over the weekend, the head of the American Federation of teachers, listen, and said that the vaccination should be required for all U.S., let me say that again, all U.S. teachers. And Dr. Anthony Fauci, the president's chief medical advisor, said Tuesday that he favors such a mandate. It's coming. If you didn't get the shots, they're going to be wanting to see that you got the shots. I have run into some people who said they didn't get the shots and they wouldn't. And they work in some of these professions. You might want to think about it now, because these are no situations where you can just get tested each week and not get the shot. They are requirements now. Just like it's a requirement to have first aid and CPR for some jobs. It's a requirement to have your TB test. It's a requirement to have fingerprint background checks. Well, now they're making vaccination, that your COVID and Delta-free vaccination shots, you're going to have to show proof that you did it. Sorry for those who have all these other reasons why they didn't do it. That is changing now because of what's going on. A lot of people in Arkansas are getting sick. They're left with only 8 ICU beds left. People are going back into the hospital, and they're starting to look at the hospital systems possibly shutting down in some areas because of the sickness spreading. So I'm going to upset people on this one, but I think we should, Fauci said during an interview. This is with MSNBC, adding that we are in a major surge now as we're going into fall. And in fall, it gets a little cooler. People stay in, they gather. So into the school season as well. Schools opening up. This is a very serious business. And so the Delta variant has been a key factor in all of this, in the cascade of policies and announcements that are coming in, which has also included mask mandates. That has come back in some localities and businesses. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby cited the variant to explain his company's decision to require all employees to get vaccinated. It's a requirement. So the tipping point for me was seeing the statistics of 97% of the people in the hospitals are unvaccinated. And over 99% of the deaths are among unvaccinated people, Kirby said in an interview with NBC News. So over the past 2 weeks, new cases of COVID-19 are starting to happen, 118% in the U.S. 118%, especially among those who had not, let me say this again, those who had not been vaccinated prior to being infected. Deaths from the disease are up 101%. Those are high percentage numbers, and now they top 500 per day. While thousands of so-called breakthrough infections have been reported in people already vaccinated, the percentage of those hospitalized, killed is dramatically reduced among vaccinated people. So, with hospitals in some states reaching capacity, thanks to the Delta variant, however, the pace of vaccination has ticked back up again. And so this is Ana Cabrera, basically an average pace of new vaccinations. People getting their first shot tops 500,000 people per day for the first time since June, CDC data shows. And so across the country, concert venues, universities, private companies, Disneyland, and Walmart have rolled out policy mandate vaccines. And so the number is expected to grow dramatically when the Food and Drug Administration gives a full 100% approval of COVID-19 vaccines currently being administered after receiving emergency use authorization. So I don't predict, I hope that it will be within a few weeks, but I hope it's within a month of August, Fauci said over the weekend. If that's the case, you're going to see the empowerment of local enterprises giving mandates that could be colleges, universities, places of business, the whole variety, and I strongly support that. So the time has come. We've got to go to the extra step to get people vaccinated. So yet not all the companies are preparing to join the ranks of those requiring vaccinations, meaning that the patchwork of policies and requirements is likely to continue over the coming months. And so that is where we are at on the whole issue. So those people who were so persistent about not getting vaccinated might want to think again.